For many years, I followed Bishop T.D. Jakes, just learning from his wealth of wisdom and depth. I would read his books and then attend, the online services. And, a few years ago, I was fortunate to be in a city in the US where I was signing books. It was a dream come true for me. And then I walked into that bookshop and look at my role model, right? Look at my mentor, not just financially, but, just generally business and other things. So sometimes life will smile on you and bring you into close contact with your role model. Hello, my name is Shola Adeshaki, your wealth and personal finance favorite coach. Drum rolls. Yes, I have such an interesting topic to discuss with you today, and I'll be sharing with you the reasons you need a financial role model, right? Money is such an important part of our lives. Do you see? There's literally no day that we don't talk about money, right? If you're not talking about money, what you're earning, what you're spending, your family finances, and a whole lot more, you are likely not existing, right? Money is an integral part of our lives. And the reason I thought I should, talk about the importance of having role models, financial role models, is because I see that these days, the society and social media especially glamorizes, wealth, glamorizes flaunting what you have. And I'll give you examples. You go on social media, you see someone flaunting their new car, flaunting their new house. And have you been on a flight where you see two friends walking past, the business class section, and then a friend quickly sits and says, take my photo, right? They sat in economy throughout the flight. And then the friend takes their photo, and the next thing they put it on social media to say, you know what? You've got to live the life, what we call aspire to aspire. Do you see? And then youngsters would see that video and start to put themselves under pressure. Like, you know what? I went to school with this lady. Now she's flying business class, and I haven't even been on the plane, talk less of, flying business class. We see a lot of things on social media that are lies. They do not represent the reality of people. Now, youngsters, especially Gen Z, young men, young women who are just out of school, who are trying to chart a path for themselves in life, would see these things and will be under so much pressure. Now, this is the reason I am doing this video. You need to be intentional about the people you're following, especially as it regards or as it relates to your finances, your financial goals, right? I want you to decide that you will not be under any form of pressure going forward, right? Dave Ramsey, one of America's renowned finance coaches, would usually say that building wealth is a marathon and not a sprint. Guys, did you listen to that? Did you hear that? Building wealth is a marathon and not a sprint. You need to carefully consider the lives of people who have, put in the work, who have verifiable results, who have built wealth over a long period of time, and whose results are showing. You need to learn from them. How have they been able to do it over the years? How have they been able to go past, the times and seasons of not having? What kind of work have they done? What were the skills that they deployed? What was the mindset that they had? And how have they been able to build wealth? That is role modeling. Now, who is a role model? A role model is somebody that you desire to pattern your life after. You look at the result and you're like, yes, this is the kind of result I want to see in my life, right? That is a role model. A role model can also be a mentor, somebody that has achieved the kind of results you would like to see in your life. But yeah, let's bring it home to the world of personal finance and perhaps business finance. Why do you need a role model? Why do you need to have role models with your finances? I already explained that. You see, social media glamorizes the wrong things, and if you're not careful, you'll succumb to the pressure of also wanting to impress and also wanting to feel among, and then people start to put their hands into things that they should not do. You see, when it comes to finances and how we take financial decisions, a lot of things date back to our parents, our upbringing, our background, what you saw growing up. For example, I would usually say that, hey, my both parents were spenders, like in a good way, not in a bad way, but not in any way did they model saving to me, right? My mother, if there's money, spend it. My dad, if there's money, spend it. And that was all I saw, right? So I literally grew up, believing that money was something to be spent. Just spend it. When it comes in, spend it. Don't worry about tomorrow. Every little thing is going to be all right. Do you see? And that was, what stood with me. That was the kind of mindset, those were the scripts that I had in my mind growing up. But over the years, I realized that, I struggled a little and maybe quite a lot in the earlier days of my career with my resources, with my finances, because I was always broke. My parents modeled hard work to me. They modeled, commitment to me, but they did not model, financial savviness or frugality or, saving money to me. So literally, children, as experts have said, start to form money habits from, between 3 to 7 years old. When they're 3 to 7, that's when they start to see, right? They start to understand. I think these days children can even form financial and money habits way, younger. You take them to the mall and they're like pointing at everything, so financial role modeling starts from parents. It should start from parents. You should be intentional about what you're showing your children, about your resources, about your finances. Make sure to always bring out learning points for them. Now, role modeling also happens through peers and friends. Like, what you see your friends do with money is what you're likely, going to do. If you have friends who are just spenders, always talking about the next trip, which is not a bad thing. Don't forget, I don't teach don't spend money. I only teach spend it smartly. So if you have friends who are always spending, you're likely to also spend. If you have friends who are very intentional about their finances, they're always talking about business, they're always talking about investment, you are likely to follow suit. Either walks with the wise shall be wise. Do you see? So role modeling also comes in form of the people you have around you in your inner circles, those that you work with, those that you play with, those that you hang out with. Another way in which we experience financial role modeling is our co-workers, people that you work with, people that you relate with on a daily basis. Indirectly, they sort of role model you financially and in all other areas. The society also performs some role modeling roles when it comes to finances. And I already explained that. You see, what we see on social media to a large extent, influences us. And that's why you see the power of adverts. When people want to get people, to buy things, they flood the market with adverts, smart adverts, and people spend. That is some form of role modeling, whether you like it or not. Now, if we have established that our parents, our friends, our colleagues and co-workers, the society provides some form of role modeling to us with our resources and our finances, should we then not be more intentional about, seeking and looking for people that can actually role model us the right way? What do you think? Yes, I agree. We must be intentional. Right. Why do you need role models? Let's look at a few reasons. Number one, a role model usually has a lot of idea and years of wisdom from which you can learn. They have gone through so many things, they have seen life from different perspectives, and they have been able to win. And they're still winning. They're still playing the game, but they have been able to accumulate wealth. So when you deliberately follow their trajectory and learn from them, you just realize that you start to, do some of the things that they have done. So role models provide smart ideas, they provide wisdom. You can also shorten your learning curve by following these role models. You learn from them. And if you are fortunate to have a role model that you are in close proximity with, you can provide them your peculiar financial circumstances, and they can provide specific guidance and directions for you. They can tell you, this is what you should do, this is how you should do it, and then it makes your journey easier. And then you know what? Your results are bigger, your results are verifiable, your results become enviable as well. So you need role models or a role model to just help you shorten your learning curve, to provide specific guidance for you, and then to sort of lead you and direct you in the way to go. Should I say that, sometimes your role models and your mentors may not be people that you are in close proximity with, right? Sometimes your role models, your financial role models, are people that you learn from online. Sometimes you just interact with their wisdom. You just, listen to their podcast, you watch their videos, you read their books, you attend their conferences virtually, and even sometimes when you attend physically, you are not able to have access to them, but you keep following them. For many years, I followed Bishop T.D. Jakes, just learning from his wealth of wisdom and depth. I would read his books and then attend, the online services. And, a few years ago, I was fortunate to be in a city in the US where he was signing books. It was a dream come true for me. And then I walked into that bookshop and look at my role model, right? Look at my mentor, not just financially, but, just generally business and other things. So sometimes life will smile on you and bring you into close contact with your role model. So, but until then, keep learning from them, keep interacting with their wisdom. There are role models and mentors that we may not meet in our lifetime. We may not have the opportunity of meeting them in our lifetime, but you know what? You can interact with them, right? A role model can be a financial advisor that you sort of follow or sometimes pay for their services. A role model may be a coach, like I am a finance coach to thousands of people across Africa and in Europe and in North America and, just around the world. I teach from my depth of wisdom, from my experience, from my expertise, and from my knowledge, and people learn from me. And then some people pay to become a part of my community at Smart Stewards Academy, where we, provide courses, literacy materials, and all of that. And some people sign up for my mastermind, where I, coach a handful of people throughout the year. And some people, of course, pay for my one-on-one coaching classes. That is also a way where people are, are mentored financially. Your colleagues can be your role model, right? You see somebody who does the things that you would like to do. You see that they have financial wisdom. They can be your role model. Do you see? People younger than you can be your financial role model. Now, as I try to summarize all of the things that I have said, I am saying that whether you know it or not, you are being scripted, right? And it started from when you were young. You are literally living your life according to some scripts that have been provided to you, right? Now, if that is the case, if our parents sort of serve as a role model to us financially, if our peers and our friends, our colleagues, our co-workers in the society provide role modeling scripts for us, then we need to be intentional, do you see, and then decide to take on role models that will actually influence our lives and impact our finances, so that our journeys, become better, so that we take smarter and wiser financial decisions. Do you see? So I want you to be intentional going forward. Take a list or make a list of people that, you currently see as your financial role models. And then, take it a notch higher. If you can contact them, if you can pay for their services, or you can make a commitment to just follow and learn and keep learning from them. You see, so apart from some of the other things we teach in finance about, having the right mindset, having the right knowledge, having the right skill set, having the right people that you learn from in terms of, how you do things, reading their autographies, reading their books and all of those things, they are an integral part of your financial success. So my final word is identify 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or even 5 financial role models and start to learn from them. Don't leave, your finances to chance, and don't become susceptible to what the society and social media teaches about, finances, about wealth. You need to be intentional and take decisions that will help you into the future. I hope you have learned a thing or 2 from this section. Make sure that you share this with somebody and then hit me in the comments on what you have learned and what stands out for you. See you some other time soon.